One of the most iconic songs that came out of the 70s era is Fleetwood Mac's Landslide, sung by their lead singer, Stevie Nicks.
But time makes you bolder, children get older, I'm getting older too.
Now, I have always grown up listening to that song alongside my mother, who it's her favorite song. And so it was always, to me, it was a song about getting older, about life changing, about not being able to go back in time and stop it. It talks about children in it. And so to me, it's this haunting yet beautiful song about parenthood and about life. So you might ask, but why am I sharing that backstory? Well, because this week, a video of Stevie Nicks went viral, and she talked about what she had to sacrifice to have the career that she has today. And her reasoning was as haunting as ever. Now, let's just dive right into this because, frankly, this whole thing has corrupted one of my favorite bands, which is Fleetwood Mac. But now I won't be able to listen to Landslide or any of the music ever the same again. So the Center for Reproductive Rights posted this, and they said, "This is a must-watch. Stevie Nicks speaks openly about the abortion that allowed her to continue her career at the height of Fleetwood Mac's rise. She makes it plain. Access to abortion made her life, her art, and her voice possible." Okay, so she sacrificed her child for fame and money. Translation, that's how that comes across. And it is as disturbing as ever when you hear Stevie talking about it.
I got pregnant, and it was like, why? I have an IUD. I am totally protected. I have a great gynecologist. How come this has happened?
So you took all the precautions.
Yes, and I'm like, this can't be happening. Fleetwood Mac is 3 years in, and it's big. And we're going into our third album. It was like, oh, no, 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 no. It would have destroyed Fleetwood Mac.
The baby would have destroyed Fleetwood Mac. A pregnancy would have destroyed Fleetwood Mac. That's what she's saying.
If you had a baby.
Absolutely. Because many reasons. I would have tried my best to get through, being in the studio every single day, expecting a child, but mostly having a child with Don Henley would not have gone over big in Fleetwood Mac with Lindsay and me, who we'd been broken up for 2 or 3 years. It would have been a nightmare scenario for me to live through.
Even that, it would have been a nightmare scenario for me to live through. For her to live through, so she killed her child. And it's heartbreaking here because who's to say any of that's true? And I bet that's what she says to kind of cope with the choices that she made. But it's not true at all.
It takes some courage to step into the waters of the abortion debate.
Yes, it does.
Why take the risk?
Because everybody kept saying, well, somebody has to do something. Somebody has to say something. And I'm like, well, I have a platform. I tell a good story. So maybe I should try to do something.
Oh, gosh. No, Stevie. No, you didn't have to dive into this debate. But now that you have, game on. What a way to dive into this debate. To just say, yeah, I had to kill my child because it wouldn't have been good for my image. It wouldn't have been good for the band. It wouldn't have been good for my pockets. It wouldn't have been right. I couldn't have lived through that. Therefore, kill the child. That's what she's saying here. And so many people just immediately jumped on this to really emphasize what this really means. She openly admits she committed child sacrifice in exchange for fame and fortune, not really beating the satanic industry allegations. No, not at all. I am successful because of child sacrifice isn't the win you think it is. Again, exactly right. I was only successful because abortion was available to me, and I definitely chose that path because that was the only way I could succeed. I mean, that's what she's saying. That's what she's teaching now thousands, if not millions, of young women. That the only way that your career can succeed is if you kill your child. That the only way that you can have the dreams that you have in your life is to kill a child. That pregnancy is the worst possible thing that could happen for your career. That's what she's saying here. And what a terrifying, untrue notion that is. Stevie is 77 now, she's unmarried, and now this is her new passion project. This is her new mission. I mean, that just screams a happy woman, right? That screams a fulfilled, famous woman. That now in her later years, this is gonna be her new mission. This is gonna be her new baby. The thing that she champions, the thing that she's passionate about, abortion. Another person said, I had to do it for the fame and fortune, is a little on the nose. Yeah, she's saying the quiet part out loud here. That was what was so astounding about this. One of the many things. Another girl tweeted out and said, I've met women my parents' age who admit to having had abortions, and while they all say they don't regret it, you can tell it's not true by how often they'll point out, my baby would have been your age by now. And this wasn't even to go be Stevie Nicks. It was like to go work in sales. I mean, yeah, this is the extreme example. But I know so many women that feel this in their own lives, regardless of what career that they're in, what job that they hold. And it's heartbreaking. And we need to shake this belief, not promote it, not have the Stevie Nicks of the world say, no, you have to do it because then you'll be like me, you'll be rich and famous and you'll be Stevie Nicks and you'll be super happy. See? I'm so happy. I mean, that's what she's, it's great. My choices were great. And let me just pause this heartbreaking, unnatural story to tell you about Balance of Nature. Because Balance of Nature is good and healthy and natural. Balance of Nature has 31 different fruits and vegetables that you consume every day when you take their supplements. Between their veggie supplements and their fruit supplements, you get all of that goodness. Plus, they are super easy because all they do is freeze dry them, turn them into a powder, and then put them into a little capsule. There's no binders, there's no fillers, there's no weird flow agents, nothing bad. Just pure good ingredients, and everything is lab tested for quality. Plus, you can mix your supplements with water or put them on your food, and all you have to do is take those fruit and veggie capsules every day, and your body knows exactly what to do with them. I love taking my Balance of Nature because they're super easy, and I can make sure that I'm getting those nutrients into my body, making sure I'm getting that good fiber because I'm definitely one of those 90% of Americans who does not always get good fiber, but I can feel good about my nutrition thanks to Balance of Nature. So if you guys want to try Balance of Nature for yourself, you can go to balanceofnature.com and get a free fiber and spice supplement plus 35% off your first set as a new preferred customer by using discount code Conrad. All right. Back to the story. Now, interestingly enough, people found an interview that she gave back in 1992 where she had a completely different tune to her story. One girl said it gets worse. Stevie Nicks stated that she had 4 abortions during her career. She expressed grief over these decisions in a 1992 interview, saying, "To give up her 4 babies is to give up a lot that they would be here now. So that bothers me a lot and really breaks my heart. But they're gone, so..." She explained that she felt unable to have children because she was too busy and had many professional commitments. One of these pregnancies was with Don Henley, which is the one she referred to, and she later said her song Sarah was about that unborn child. That doesn't scream like a woman who's super proud of those choices, right? I mean, now she's rebranding it. I can actually package it that it's a good thing, that it's empowering for women, that this is the new women's rights thing that I can champion. But that is not how she sounded in the 90s. And again, we're talking about 4 babies here too, not just one. It's horrible one, and it's immensely horrible 4 of them. 4 sacrificed on the back of Fleetwood Mac's Rise. 4 precious babies. Gosh, so sad. I guess it's sad too that she's changed her tune now, that she's not owning that sadness that she felt, that she's not being honest. Now that she can get leftist bonus points by being the empowered woman that wasn't actually heartbroken over her decisions, which again, she was honest of, now she's not. In this whole discussion happening online, another woman tweeted and said this: "I often think about Janis Joplin, who also had an abortion. Everyone said she was too messed up to raise a kid. But what if that kid got her to turn her life around instead of dying at 27? And that is an excellent point. And a question that was posed in regards to Lila's comment there that said, "Abortion didn't make your voice possible, Stevie Nicks. It silenced another's forever. No career, no fame, no art is worth more than the life of a child." But according to so many, it is. I mean, that's what they're saying without saying it. That was more important than the life growing inside of me. Frankly, the point about what could have been is something that I think so often with these stories. But to end this story on a bit of a lighter note, while I was writing this story, I saw this TikTok pop up on my feed. "To the pro-life activist who stopped me from walking into the clinic, she's alive." And then it's just this young mother sitting in her toddler's playroom. And that's a perfect example of what could be, because she chose life. And in the comment section under that was also just so many beautiful stories. Girl said, "Me too, girl. Now she goes to church with me every Sunday. That man saved our lives by stopping me." People love to criticize the people that are outside of these abortion clinics, that try to tell women that there are other options, that they have a choice, and they don't have to choose death. But rarely do you see women admitting to those people having actually been effective. And so I thought that was just so beautiful and frankly so encouraging. Another girl commented and said, "My mom did the same thing, except the doctor had stopped, took off his gloves and said, 'I can't do this anymore,' and walked out of the clinic. Jesus was there and my mom doesn't regret it. I'm here now 20 years later and 3 younger siblings." I mean, that's a story you never hear of a doctor being like, "Never mind. I'm done. I can't commit another murder." So powerful. Another girl though said this: "Wish somebody stopped me. God bless you." There is still so much work to be done to stop more young women from making the worst decision of their lives. Babies are not a burden. They are a blessing, and there are so many resources making sure that women feel protected and that they're able to choose life. And as a reminder, those places need help, especially this time of year. So I would encourage you to get connected with a local pregnancy center, donate if they need it, or be one of those people to stop the next young girl from this decision. Thank you for watching this episode of The Comment Section. If you want more episodes like this, please subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. For other content, you can also follow me on my personal Instagram and X, and make sure to follow our brand new Comment Section Instagram page. I'll see you guys in the comments.